name is Randall Hopkins. I'm the Global Head of ESG Solutions at Nasdaq. And today we're going to talk about Nasdaq's ESG solutions, ESG reporting, and the future of ESG. I head up the ESG Solutions team at Nasdaq. We have 160 sustainability professionals comprised of both an ESG advisory group of consultants, as well as a software group. I have responsibility for setting the vision for our product offerings, for prioritizing our efforts to serve clients, and to navigate the evolving landscape that is ESG. We serve clients across all sectors, industries, and maturities in their sustainability journey. So our role at Nasdaq is quite pivotal in terms of the evolution of markets. Nasdaq began pioneering transparency and efficiencies in drawing connections between investors and companies way back in 1971. Now, extending that commitment to transparency, liquidity, and also integrity in our markets, extending that to non-financial reporting is very natural and necessary as an evolution of our markets. And we're thrilled to play that role of catalyst in the advancement of the markets. So Nasdaq Metrio is a pioneering software allowing data management on two different vectors. On the one hand, we help companies manage their internal data sources related to ESG. That could be crossing multiple systems, multiple departments, lots of processes and protocols. And the further extension is with our patent-pending technology. We can manage the external disclosures and the data management there to the proliferated raters, and rankers, frameworks, regulators, and other stakeholders that need to have access to this information and put requirements on companies to share their information. We're the pioneer in scalable data management, crossing both the internal and the external data management aspect. Our advisory practice started as a way for companies to understand what to prioritize, whereas our software business was really been centered around how to most efficiently and effectively do the work that has been prioritized. And what we found over the last couple of years is that those two are really blending together in a very meaningful way to allow companies to be more strategic, to better achieve their goals, and to be able to make sure that they're driving value to their stakeholders expeditiously, as well as cost effectively. Organizing the work is one of the biggest challenges that corporations are facing. Organizational design is actually informed by the corporate strategy, and oftentimes will actually drive the outcomes that customers experience. ESG disclosure is for sure a team sport, and to do this work, it involves many departments across many different silos. What we find is actually technology is in some ways the tie that binds them all together, that allows a company to realize the full value and impact of their work and executing their ESG strategies. It's actually an interesting reflection of our journey that as we began this work 15 years ago, we didn't think about the full effect of creating that community across an enterprise and beyond the enterprise. And that learning has really driven our software design and the way that we approach our customer engagements. As for the future, drawing from our technology heritage and our unique role at the nexus of all of the vectors that are affecting ESG, we bring things like AI through our sustainable lens effort, and things like our incredible network effect of being a market and driving value throughout the ecosystem to draw our communities even closer together. And given our role as convener and as connector, we are excited to drive positive economic impact throughout the ecosystem and inclusive prosperity throughout the global economy. So 2024 is going to be an incredible year in terms of execution in the industry. We've seen mandatory disclosure be very much on the top of mind in the news over the last couple of quarters, both with Europe and with the SEC in the United States, as well as California. And at the same time, we see a tremendous need for voluntary disclosure still on the mind of customers. The regulatory or mandatory disclosure aspect is, for most companies, the bare minimum. But for many of their stakeholders, whether that be work that they need to do for their customers or work that they need to do responding to RFPs in the form of new sales or engaging employees, engaging their supply chain. There's so much incremental disclosure that is falling to companies to need to do. We find that it will be a blend in 2024 between mandatory disclosure and voluntary disclosure, not just for 2024, but far into the future. There will be continued efforts to get more transparency, to be able to bind together stakeholders in a more intuitive way and a more effective way to make sure that we've got good connections between all that are involved in the ecosystem. I think when we think about technology enabling that transformation and making that connection, it's empowering to see how companies and their stakeholders can be aligned and be on the same side of the table on so many aspects of business.